This is the new Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 3. It's a daily trainer. This shoe is designed for runners to keep running. Let's strap on these shoes and test the theory if this shoe is truly a shoe to keep us running. I just did a 5-mile run and 8:57 minute pace, 44 minutes and 40 seconds in the new Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 3s. And today I'm doing my first impression on this shoe. Definitely a great shoe so far. There's a couple of things that I have a little concern with a couple hot spots on my ankle and my Achilles, but overall so far a good shoe. And we're going to continue to test the shoe out and go up to 100 miles. But I'm really impressed with the shoe so far. I was really hesitant about the shoe. It was something different. I know the previous shoe didn't get as good reviews, and so I was definitely willing to take a chance. I'm usually running a Nike Pegasus, so I did take a little chance on this shoe here. So let's kind of look at the specs. It is the stack height on the shoe is 34 inches at the, 34 millimeters at the heel, and it is a 26 millimeter at the forefoot, which gives you about a 8 millimeter drop. It is true to size, and it is more of a moderate cushion type of shoe. So and so yeah, definitely you can tell there's a lot more cushion there. It uses the midsole has the Nike React. It's a soft, springy type of feel. It definitely, it's kind of what it says, describes that it has cushion, but it's not sacrificing a spring type of action. So if you can kind of see, it does have a pretty good spring action to the foam there. And so during the 5-mile run, I did do some strides, and just to see how it would respond to doing faster runs. And definitely not the fastest shoe. Obviously, it's a shoe. It's about 10.5 ounces and men's 9. So this is a little heavier. I've got men's 11 and about 297 ounces. If you're going by ounces, and men's shoes 9. And then it has this rocker geometry where it does kind of, you can kind of see you can feel it kind of rocking a little bit too. It was really nice. It was a nice ride. I feel like I could push off with my toes pretty well. If you're a heel striker, you're going to definitely feel that cushion underneath your foot. And that's supportive too. So it does have an injected TPU heel clip, if you can kind of see this heel clip here, and so it gives it some rigidity. So you can kind of see it is pretty stable shoe. It's not a stability shoe, but they created this clip here just to give you a little bit of stability to control the heel. The forefoot is pretty flexible, but the heel, it's pretty stable. It's not going anywhere too much, so I definitely am pretty impressed with that stability. So mechanically, whenever you push off your foot, your heel should lock in, and that is something that will kind of help you keep that heel locked in a little bit better while you're pushing off. And plus the rocker, definitely, like I said, that was a nice ride, nice smooth ride. The cushion was responsive, but gave you the support. So it almost kind of felt like a Hoka a little bit, with maybe a little bit of a some sort of support with it. And so the outsole is a strategic rubber. You can kind of see it has this nice good rubber here on the forefoot there, and it kind of splays out just to try to, looks like they're trying to save on weight. And so they kind of just did this curvy type of pattern. I looked at the Flyknit 2s last year, and it looked like it was about the same type of design with that. So I'm not too familiar with this shoe. This is the first time I have worn this. Let's talk about the upper. The upper, I was really kind of excited. I was kind of concerned about it because it looked kind of heavy a little bit. You know, it does kind of feel heavy, but it's nice and stretchy. I like that room in the toes. I feel like I can splay my toes out nicely. It looks like it is kind of a narrow toe box, but really there's quite a bit of room compared to like the Pegasus 37s. I had issues with those before with my pinky toe rubbing on the upper there. And this is only just one single layer of material here. If you can kind of see that, one single layer of that shoe there. The tongue is somewhat gusseted, not a full gusset tongue, so that's the only thing that I can see different. So it does definitely give you a little bit more flexibility with the tongue there. And then the other part of the upper is it's called a Flyknit. So they use a Flyknit, the strengthen and the durability. So that's what they're going for, is durability. So definitely it's more of a trainer type of shoe. So they're probably trying to give you durability for a longer mileage with this. And then in the mid-foot part right here is a fly wire. It is wrapped around, provides a pretty good lockdown. Now let's talk about the lockdown a little bit. One thing I would recommend with this shoe is I would definitely recommend wearing a sock that is maybe a little bit higher, so that way it doesn't rub. On my right foot I had a little bit higher sock. For some reason on my left foot I had a little bit lower shoe. So I wore a little bit of a blister on the outside of my ankle and my heel. And not a big deal. I can just get a sock, a taller sock to kind of help out. And typically a newer shoe, I start to kind of get some rub marks on that left foot. And so this might be just me. I believe on the Nike Pegasus 37s, the same thing. I had that. The 38s I didn't so much. They have a little bit more cushion there, and that's one thing, is there's not a lot of cushion inside here. But there's a pretty good lockdown on my heel, on my right heel anyway. But my left heel, I think I felt a little bit slipping because my sock kind of was pulling down just a little bit too. I think that's what the issue was with that shoe there. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this shoe. I'm excited to put a lot of mileage in this shoe, and to give you a full report, we're going to go 100 miles in this shoe. I'm thinking this shoe is probably something that you can probably get a lot of mileage in it because of the outsole. It's not maybe, compared to like the Pegasus, 38, you've got a lot of rubber on this here too. So you may not get as many miles on the 38, or the Pegasus 38 compared to this shoe, but we'll see. We maybe 600. I've got almost 950 miles in this shoe, so, and it's still going pretty strong with that. But you can, and again, the cushion, I think I'm pretty impressed with the Nike React, because they use the same type of foam on the Pegasus with that Nike Zoom air pocket that they have in the forefoot, and so this is just a Nike React foam here, so just a little bit more of it, and again, it's a nice good durability type of shoe there. And so this concludes this shoe review on the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 3. That's a mouthful. It's a lot of names to remember. Again, look forward to the 100-mile review. I'll give a full review on this shoe, and that shouldn't take me too long, at least a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks to get that 100 miles in this shoe. So everyone out there, keep safe, keep running, and we'll see you next time.